All right, Shalom. First and foremost, we'd like to give all honor and glory and praise unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, to all the Akim out there teaching and preaching this truth with 144% sincerity, to the men, women, and children listening, learning, and to the Bayasha Debadat, the house of David. All right, this is Men of Valid, Las Vegas camp, coming to you through the will and power of Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. All right. But without further ado, Salaki, we're a little bit later than usual, but we're going to go ahead and get into camp through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Right? So we're starting off second address.
Yeah. Second address 15 and 11. So I'm going to start at 10. It says, behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them to dwell in the land of Egypt, but I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm and smite Egypt with the plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof.
So Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai said, behold my people. All right, speak unto his people. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and the speckled birds whose father's line goes back to a so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American. All right? His heritage is unto him as a speckled bird. All right, so you gotta know through the spirit that Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai is calling out unto you. All right, by the men on the highways and byways. Okay, these plagues that are coming. All right, these pestilence that are coming and the pestilence that are here. All right, you have the icky vicky, you have the mutation, the outbreak.
that one that sound like Marbury, the Stephon Marbury, call it that.
You know, you got we're playing polo again, you know. Polo shirts.
All these are popping up in the news.
All right. Hey, these are the things of the past. Hey, coming again. All right. These are the same plagues from Egypt. All right. All these are coming again.
Along with the famine and the superinflation.
God.
All right. And the sedition amongst men. You know.
And the grasshoppers or locusts. All right. Hey, there's been more accounts of that. All right. From all those 3 years back or whatever, how all those grasshopper came, they were laying eggs. All right. So this the cicadas is back out here.
They only come around
every 16 years.
Right. They were supposed to come out, was 2 years ago.
Yep.
They made a quick little appearance, but then right before we started camp, we was hearing them.
God.
It's a little bit later, so they went to sleep or something.
Right.
But hey,
everything is off.
Everything's off. Even this heat wave that's going out.
All right. The whole world is heating up. Hey, and that's spiritual because Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, this is the year of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai turning up. All right, to turn up as you turn up the heat. All right.
It says, Malachi, the day of the Lord is burning oven.
God.
Okay, so you're preparing y'all. Turn up the heat. Hey, and a lot of places where this climate is turning up, people aren't prepared for it. It's not supposed to be 100 degrees in Philadelphia.
It's not supposed to be 100 degrees in Britain.
With that humidity, with that humidity, people they say on the news it feel like people 115,
right.
out there. We got people dying of heat stroke.
Right. You got tarmacs for planes going up. Their airports can't handle it.
But let alone that heat wave out in Europe, it caused that massive fire.
I was just about to say that massive fire that's going throughout Europe. All right. Hey, there's Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai is not playing.
Y'all see the video with the train that was going through it?
They got stuck, had to jump out in the water. They were jumping in the water.
Hey man, y'all think Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai is playing? He is not playing. All right, everything is starting to become even more to the forefront for you. And as the brother just said, terrors. All right, everything's becoming more terrible, even in your worldly sight. Okay.
Animals is having enough.
Hey, animals is turning up.
In India, the monkeys hijacked the baby and threw it off the goddamn railing. 2 feet, 3 feet, just scoop. And then the lady who switched the bear away, then the bear came back and ate her while she sleeps. So
Right.
even the animals are turning up.
Right. Hey,
These animals are out of they places.
right.
That's a sign.
They're changing their places. Hey, yeah, how about Shimmy Shai is not playing? I know, hey, we just started camp. We got so much to talk about.
Habakkuk 2 in verse 2 says, "And the Lord answered me and said, Write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it."
Hey, write the vision and make it plain upon tables. All right, the Yahweh Shimmy Shai is turning up. All right, that the time is like a time never before.
Right.
All right, we're going into Jacob's trouble, further into Jacob's trouble, because we're already at the door of Jacob's trouble. But hey, that lock, hey, you turning the key. All right, turning the key. Animals is turning up. Fires is brewing. God, fires is brewing. All right, everything is starting to happen through the will and power of Yahweh Shimmy Shai, and you people are starting to become more unstable. Okay, you have more road rage. Okay, you have just this generation of vipers, just showing the poison. All right, and showing their fangs. Okay, Yahweh Shimmy Shai is not playing.
And there's Matthew 24 and 16 that many hearts shall wax cold because iniquity shall abound.
God.
Okay, and what we're doing, we're reading these prophecies as a warning, for the elect of Israel, because if you got this is that secret. All right, we're warning you for the destruction that comes, so you can prepare for it. And how do you prepare for it? Through the scripture.
Right.
All right.
Daniel 12:1.
Hey, and Slakia, this is not that secret that you see on Netflix. All right, that's not that secret. This is the real secret. All right, the hidden treasures. All right, of Yahweh Shimmy Shai. All right, so don't get it confused. The truth and the prophecies are speaking through the will and power of Yahweh Shimmy Shai. All right, go ahead, Salakia.
Daniel 12:1. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thou people. And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to the same time.
Hey, this would be a time of trouble like there was never before this time. Okay, this time is like no other time. All right, hey, it's the greatest and worst time to be alive. The greatest for the nation of Israel that are of the elect. Abaratazah, we are those men. All right, and the worst time for 2/3 of the nation of Israel, because you belong to Yahweh Shimmy Shai and you're fucking up. All right, Salakia, I'm gonna try to watch my language. But hey,
and we're out here, out for repentance. We're doing this because we're admitting to the fact that we were once in that same position. All right, but the Lord put a spirit on us, to do this work.
It's about high time to wake. All right, because Yahweh Shai has called his men. All right, starting with Apostle Tahar, Apostle Gabar, Apostle Ramla, Apostle Rakah, the elders and the deacons and the bishops and the men under them, following after that true doctrine. All right, not the doctrine of men, but the doctrine of Yahweh Shimmy Shai. All right, proclaiming his name and giving all you got. Okay, it is this very doctrine that's going to lead you unto salvation. Okay, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Gotta be a nigga in every bus. God,
That's right.
yeah, Slack it. I got it.
And I gotta finish that.
And at the time thou people shall be delivered, everyone that shall be found written in the book.
Right, so you should be delivered. Hey, 1/3 of the nation of Israel shall be delivered. All right, pursuant to the book of Zechariah, chapter 13, and starting at verse 8. All right, 2/3 of the nation of Israel, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and you speckled birds who belong to the nation of Israel, all right, are gonna die. All right, you're gonna die by famine. You're gonna die by the sword, which is the modern day gun, or a sword. all right, or a knife, or get hung, die by a snake bite, or whatever. Because Yahweh Shem Yahushua is not a respecter of persons. All right, he has a jabillion ways to die. All right, and everybody's got their number, and everybody's got their way. All right, of the 2/3. But Abarat is our of the 1/3 that will see salvation. Okay, and then if it is in our lot, you know, to be martyrs for the truth, that hey, call halal Yahweh Shem Yahushua. All right,
That cost was already counted.
Khan. Hey, we fear not. Okay, it's like you had something. He's about to come back. Because he's about to roll past here real fast again. Here we go.
Black right here, that demon over there, you know?
What's this, my brother?
This is your true nationality. If you see your sign, this is the nation of Israel. All right?
Yeah, I'm a Gemini.
You're a Gemini.
So
that's astrology. This is your heritage. You know, because what do you consider yourself to be? Your nationality?
Me.
Are you so-called black, so-called Dominican?
You know how people say, "Oh, you're African American." I am not African. I am American because I was not born in Africa. So you cannot say that I'm African American.
African American. African is it goes to a name. So what? Let me ask you this: what is on your birth certificate? Does it say? Okay, so it either says Negro, right?
Don't say that.
Caucasian. Would you be considered a Negro, Caucasian, Mexican?
Me.
Okay.
You can be like, "What's your race?" I'm me.
Me is not a race, though.
Exactly. And then to me, I look at it like this. My folks be like, "Oh, black, white, this, that, and the other. We all bleed the same blood." You feel what I'm saying?
We do not.
Bleed, that shit come out red.
We do not bleed the same blood.
It's the same color.
It's the same color.
It's red.
But we're of a different. There's a different.
Okay, so
there's
my
a different
question:
bloodline. Let's put it like that.
The point is,
what I'm trying to ask you is, because you know how they got people that worship the Nation of Islam, Christian, Baptist. What is
Nation
this?
of Israel, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans.
Gotcha. That's what I'm trying to find out. I've never seen. You know, it caught my attention. You guys caught my attention, so I'm like, let me find out what this is.
All right. So you see, if your father or your father is a so-called Negro, all right, you would be the tribe of Judah. A so-called West Indian, you'd be the tribe of Benjamin. So this is your biblical heritage right here. So this what makes you belong unto who the world English calls God, all right, or Jesus. Hey, we're gonna be right here, Lord willing.
Yeah.
Lock it.
Yeah. So, I got demons and you know 2/3 Lord when he come back. If not, hey, that's
call all
that's the seed, the
Yahweh.
parable of the seed and the sower.
God.
All right. This is let's go back to. Let me read. I'm gonna go back in Habakkuk and then I'm gonna get that script I had.
Yep.
All right. This is all just a distraction. But you can see now, you know, if I was turning the camera around when we first came out here, all right, there was nobody here. As soon as we started preaching, you know, Yahweh Shem Yahushua turned up the volume over here. We had a demon and, you know, Abaratazah, some people that hear this word. All right. This is Habakkuk 2 and verse 3. It says, "For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry." Is that Jake?
Yeah.
Is that Jake?
No, it looked like Jake. It looked like Jake, but whatever it is.
He could be one of them chocolate-covered Edomites for all you know.
God. But hey, yeah, how about Shem Yahushua? Like the brother said, hey, turned up and have all these people come out.
Even across the street,
you know,
stuff, they're watching. They always.
Hey, we're not even worried. We just gonna bring out the word. Salakia, read that again. We're just gonna go ahead and get into it. Look, sounds like I gotta lift up my voice today a little bit louder.
For the Habakkuk 2 and 3, "For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come and will not tarry.
Con, the vision is for an appointed time. All right. So knowing that the time that we're coming into, hey, is a time of destruction. That Yahweh Shai is not playing. Okay, that there's going to be judgments that are already being passed out, but there's going to continue to be more judgment. As you're seeing these people die in these car accidents, people dying from these so-called freak accidents. Okay, it's an appointed time. All right, and this time is like a time never before. The vision is speaking loud and clear that Yahweh is sending his only begotten son, Yahweh Shai, back. All right, judgment is going out and is going forth.
And it's going out to a lot of these pastors. A lot of pastors are getting annihilated.
God.
So yeah, seen what was it, dude and his wife?
Yeah.
You know, they just died. They got shot up, right?
Yeah, the woman got shot up, and another chick got shot up.
Hey, this year kicked off with that rap the news. What's that called?
False prophets.
Kicking the
Kicking the can.
Man.
Kick the bucket, or
All
whatever.
right.
All right.
And that was a foreshadowing of things to come.
Hey, once again, Yahweh Shai does not care about these false prophets, these 2/3. All right. This is an appointed time to see this vision. Is Yahweh sending his only begotten son, Yahweh Shai, back? All right. The fire is kindled. All right. The fire is already kindled through the will and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Oh, we got a motorcycle club coming up here. Yeah, we got a club.
Because you got all these prophecies kicking off. All right. China's economic system going to shit. All right. Blocking off people to withdraw their money from the bank.
All right. $150 a day.
Something like I can't remember what's the.
I think it's $150 a day. They've lost Slovakia. They've lost millions. People had millions in their bank account. And they've lost millions, right. And the government's only trying to give them for everything that they lost. If they had millions of dollars, only trying to give them equivalent to $50,000. Right.
And that's the same thing that's going to happen, out here in America, because what happens out in the east, it moves west. All right, it always moves west. Okay, just like Crown Royale. All right. It started in in China, and it moved west. All right, what's gonna happen with this economic system in Babylon? They're gonna once they switch to that digital currency, hey, everybody who's on crypto and Bitcoin and all that, they're gonna give you 2-to-1 ratio for whatever their the currency that they roll out. All right, but in the meantime, they're gonna hit you with these high insurance rates or interest rates, and then they're gonna try to buy you out of all your debt. All right, and that's the game that these devils is gonna play.
Hey, why do you think Biden is finally giving in to these student loan debts? All right,
that's the start of it.
Yeah, it's another way to cripple the economy.
Hey, but watch when your 401ks and your what's that
pensions,
your pension plans get wiped out by your government. All right, because this is what you wanted. All right, just like how you wanted Biden in office.
Hey, all right, you get what you asked for. Hey,
and Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai is gonna serve it to you on a golden platter. Let's get Psalms 10, or actually let's go to I'm gonna grab 12.
You said you had a free that you already had.
I did, but we all said this is Sirach 12 and verse 10. It says, "Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness."
How about Shimei Al-Shai says, "Never trust thy enemy, as iron rusteth." All right. Though you wipe rust away, though you clean it up, though you paint it, though you sand it down, if you don't cut out the rust, it comes back. All right. You can't even just cut out the rust. You got to cut above the rust. Okay. Anything that has rust on it that is tainted, it has to be taken out. All right. That's why Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai gave this parable, because the rust has to be taken out. It has to be destroyed from the root. All right. You can't have one spot of rust and expect the whole thing not to rust. Okay. Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai speaks in parables. Okay. Give you a similitude something that you can understand if you have the ears to hear and the eyes to see. Okay?
All right. Says, though he, verse 11, though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt not know that his rust hath not been altogether wiped away.
Hey, though these devils, all right, let's take Biden. Though this devil, all right, is up here, and he's got the icky Vicky, all right, the crown, all right. He's got the crown. He's humbling down and saying, "Oh, you know, as long as you have the jump shot and double jump shot, you'll be fine. You know, the symptoms are not as bad. All right. Hey, it's continued wickedness. All right. He continues in his lies and his deceit. All right. The deceit of you, all you nations, but chiefly you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right.
Hey, and who were they administering? You know, first when this pestilence came out, they said, "Oh, we got a cure, and we're trying to get it in those low-income houses." Why?
Right.
Why is that? Why when every other disease or affliction that's been on Jake, they never wanted to help take care of it?
God, Jake ain't never been first in anything.
How come you ain't help us get business loans?
Right.
All right.
Only thing Jake been first in is trials.
Tuskegee, you know.
You know, gentrification.
First, you know, put you first when they want you as an experiment.
Right.
When they want your blood to do, you know, sorcery acts with it.
Right. When they want to study you as some lab rat.
This devil isn't here for you.
God.
All right. But you got 2/3 of our nation that believe in him. All right.
That's like 2/3 that don't believe him.
2/3 of our nation that believe in this devil.
Oh, Salaki, I thought you were saying. I was like, hold up.
2/3 of our nation believe that you know that you know Trump, Biden, you know, it is that man on that white horse coming to save them.
They believe that you know, they believe in the Jesus rapture. All right. You believe that, hey, your Jesus is left behind. He's gonna come back with sunshine and rainbows and flowers for everybody. All right.
A second chance, they can get a second chance to get saved.
Right. Yahweh Shai is coming back. He's coming back with a sword. All right. He's coming back with death and famine. All right. And chariots. All right. To make sure that your ass gets burnt up. Thermonuclear fire is gonna take a lot of you people out. All right, and definitely take 2/3 of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans out. Okay? Hey, if you're lucky to escape and go back to whatever country you're from, hey, you got something forward to look to. All right? You either have to look to forward to death, all right, or slavery. Okay? God, I was about to say, go ahead.
This is Sirach chapter 12 and verse 12. Set him not by thee. This is what the Lord said. Set him not by thee, lest when he hath overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place. Neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat. And thou at the last remember my word and be pricked therewith.
Hey, this is a perfect example. I'll give you a perfect example. Look at what you devils, look at what these devils go ahead and sell everything to Jake. All right, let's take Jack Daniels. All right, Jack Daniels was made by a so-called black man. All right, but it's a white man on the bottle. All right, it's a white man who owns the recipe. Okay, who continues to get paid more than the family that created. All right, whose father created, whose grandfather, great grandfather created. All right, had the recipe, but Jake didn't have any rights. Okay. And they only had to give him something so he would shut the hell up.
Hey,
all right.
Hey, they do that, you know, with all of Jake's inventions.
God, the stoplight.
They buy him out of, you know, they buy him out for a low cost because they have the funds to do it. You know, Jake that made it was in a poor case. They buy him out, and then they what is it called? They patent it. they patent it, and then they sell it on a mass scale.
Hey, it's like more recent, the George Foreman grill. All right, the George Foreman grill, right? They paid George Foreman out, but look how many different, since they patented, look how many different influencers, all right, have this same grill. Something's just a little bit different. Okay, one doesn't have Teflon and one has grooves and one's not. All right, but nevertheless, this devil owns the patent to it. All right, they paid George Foreman, I think, like 150 million. All right, but now over time, they've made 150 million just by the release of itself. Okay, this goes to show you, hey, just from a financial standpoint, this devil ain't for you. How much more for a spiritual standpoint? Okay, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans need to wake up. All right, if you be of the elect, because we know 2/3 of you are not going to wake up or take heed to the word. Okay?
This Romans 9:13. As it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated.
God, hey, for Jacob have I loved and Esau have I hated. Yahweh Shai, all right, hates the devil. All right? And the devil is a so-called white man. All right? Chiefly Esau Edom. All right, doesn't care about you other nations eaters, Slakic either. All right, hey, as they call Jake, useless eaters. All right, that's essentially what you are.
It's only, not a useless eater if you locked up in prison or jail,
God,
right? Because they monetizing, your captivity.
God.
All right, you're more valuable to them locked up than out here in society.
God, hey, that's because you're filling their industrial complexes. All right, as you fill their complexes, they get more money and then they monopolize your time more.
It's like when you go to prison for murder, you're not serving time because you actually murdered somebody.
Right.
No, you're serving time because
The money.
because you're there to pay back what they would have made off of that person.
It's
And
all,
that's the truth of it.
it's all about the money. All right?
I got a precept. This is Sirach 15 and verse 13 says, the Lord hateth all abomination, and they that fear the Most High love it not.
God, Yahweh Shem Shai hate all abomination. All right, and we're supposed to walk as Yahweh Shem Shai. All right, we walk in His judgments. All right, we obey His commandments. Hey, we hate who Yahweh Shai hates. All right, so if you are of another nation that is against Yahweh Shai, hey, count yourself as hated. Okay, this is not us just speaking. Thus saith the Bible. All right, we belong to the greatest nation that was ever put on this planet. All right, thus saith the Bible.
Right.
All right, Yasharallah.
So if Esau hated, best believe we share that same hatred for you.
God.
All right, because of this, I got another free.
Yeah,
Let's keep it rolling.
I think I know what you.
This is Amos 1:11. Thus saith the Lord, for 3 transgressions of Edom, and for 4, I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because he did pursue his brother with the sword, and did cast off all pity.
Come, because you devils continue to go after Jake with the sword through the captivities, multiple captivities that Jake has been in. All right, but chiefly this second to last captivity. All right, the Atlantic slave trade. Okay, well, I'm just saying, like the affliction of the beginning of the captivity in comparison to the
to where we at now.
yeah, to where we're at now. That's what I was trying to say. Hey, they can't necessarily castrate you in the middle of the street anymore, but they can gun you down. Okay.
They got a hold of a lot of Jake's souls.
God.
That's where these devils studied how to control Jake,
God.
how to mentally screw them up. So you got these little demon, trap GMO babies.
It's a spiritual castration. All right. Hey, they castrated Jake spiritually.
I put in every abominable thing in your clothing, your food, your
Keep your vibration low.
your music. All right, and then they got the leaders of our people causing us to err through them promoting it.
These so-called famous people, these stars, these influencers. All right, they are here to lead you in the wrong direction. But here it is. Jake is so damn simple. All right, you follow after. Hey, you follow after other Jakes. You follow after LeBron Jameses. All right, you follow after Michael Jordans. All right, here it is. Michael Jordan has more financial gain in an industrial complex that's putting you niggas in jail. Okay?
That's why Jake get killed over a pair of his shoes.
God.
All right.
Hey, high level witchcraft.
Because they took, you know, what they do with these products. You know, Michael Jordan only wears Jordans because he owns the company.
That's
You don't see billionaires and stuff like that, you know, tripping because they didn't get the pair of J's that they want.
right.
You know? Because they're really not concerned about that. They concerned with their pockets.
Hey, that's
Let me.
yeah. I was just gonna just go ahead and continue because I was about to.
We're gonna go because he did pursue his brother with the sword and cast off all pity. And can I make a point real quick?
Yep.
Casting off all pity is like, you know, turning away from the shame. No, I didn't do that. This is what these devils do.
Oh.
Once you know, you call them out on something, they try to you know, they get
run from it.
right, but then they throw out
He did this.
they
The
try
blame
to,
game.
I didn't do that. You know, that was so and so from before me. You know, I didn't benefit off that, but we know the thing is that's called white privilege.
Oh.
All right, but they try to cast off that blame, their shame. They try to say that they didn't have no part of it.
Hey, it's the blame game. It wasn't them. It was their forefathers.
Hey, it was the people overseas that
Right.
did that.
It
You
was,
know,
hey.
it was the Spaniards that did that. All right.
Oh man.
Says and did cast off all pity, and his anger did tear perpetually, and he kept his wrath forever.
God. Hey, so the anger, all right, that you have for your brother, all right, Esau, for Jacob, the anger that you have, all right, for Jake, you've had since the beginning. You've had since, hey, you sold your birthright, and you had it before then. Okay, you have it perpetually. All right, it has always been there. All right, but here it is. You said that we did something to you, but you sold the birthright. Okay, so how can you hate for something that you tried to get back through deceit and you sold it? All right, you were a liar from the beginning. Okay, God, you abode not in the truth. John 8:44. All right.
Oh, I was about to, the perpetual hate when you said at the beginning, I was going to bring out Genesis 27.
Yeah, go ahead and grab that, and then I'll queue up the next one.
This Genesis 27, starting at 39. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, Behold, their dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and the dew of the heavens from above. And by the sword shall they live, and they shall slay their brother. And it shall come to pass when they shall have the dominion, they shall broke his yoke from off his neck.
God, so here it is that you had that Esau Edom has the fatness of the earth, lives in the best lands, has the best houses, all right, has that seafront property, all right, owns private islands and shit. Okay.
All the best bunkers.
All right, all the best bunkers.
For when these missiles drop, you know, they gonna have the financial ability to
Right.
try to escape it.
Hey, they have all the best materials. All right, stuff that keeps their vibration high. All right, stuff that doesn't get them sick. Better quality food. All right, and then they were blessed with the sword. All right, that sword being a weapon. All right, that weapon being technology. All right, because all weapons today have a form of technology. Okay, whether it's a sword, hey, swords have gotten better because it's cut a different way. All right, it slices deeper to the bone. Look at a scalpel; it's laser cut. All right, so now that it's laser cut, it's even better.
Japanese sword.
Japanese swords, everything everything of the sword, all right, goes into firearms, goes into physical swords, goes into ICBM missiles, goes into grenades, whatever.
Right, and you know, I'll grab that in Psalms, you know, because the sword is, you know, modern day gun,
God,
you know, but the sword is also
Yahweh Bashem Yahushai's whipping stick for the nation of Israel, Esau Edom. All right, because there had to be somebody to chastise his people on the planet. All right, he made a vessel to honor and dishonor. All right, and that vessel is right here, the sword that the brother's about to pull out.
before I get it, you know, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is not gonna let you, you know, different, like, go a different way from what he created you for.
Yeah.
All right, he created you for one purpose, you know, to afflict his people. All right, and then when his people are ready to come back into the kingdom, you know, and he says it's time, hey, you devils is going down.
God.
Plain and simple. That's your role.
Hey,
Accept your role.
know your role. And that's the bottom line.
That's the bottom line, man. And then in the
God.
kingdom, you know, pertaining to Obadiah, y'all going, after 1,000 years of slavery, y'all done. Y'all gonna be through.
That's Esau Edom. All right. After 1,000 years, Esau Edom is going to be done because there's no need for the sword in it.
Right.
All right.
Because we're gonna be back in what? Righteousness. Our kingdom lasts for an eternity.
God.
That's the beautiful thing of it.
Hey, it is the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans and the speckled birds whose father's line goes back to the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American to be judges. All right. To make sure that everybody else is in line. All right. That is the duty and the blessing and the duty given unto the nation of Israel. All right. So that's what is the requirement. We are not a nation that can lead ourselves. All right. We have to take direction from the Most High and His only begotten Son. It doesn't work any other way.
I was like, wait, hold on. This is Psalms.
let him get that point.
This was the perpetual hate of Esau and his hatred towards Jacob. Genesis 27:41. And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the days of my mourning for my father is at hand, then I will slay my brother Jacob.
God, he wanted to slay his own brother Jacob. All right. Hey, that perpetual hatred from then still today. All right. It hasn't went nowhere. He only got craftier. All right. Right. Hey, that's where just like in Cain and Abel, it came what is it, New Jack City? Am I my brother's keeper? All right. Hey, these devils let you know.
That thing is blasphemy towards the Most
God.
High. You know that I know everything that you done did.
Right.
Stupid. That show you that Esau the base man.
God.
You know, that spirit of Esau is the base man.
Exactly.
Thinking you're gonna get away from something when the eyes of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is on you.
Hey, and that's, you know, thinking about it, hey, that's spiritual because hey, that's Cain and Abel when they both had pigmentation. I'm just saying, like most Jakes don't like. If you think about it, that was him going up.
Yeah. Hey, I'm on the pod, always crack me up with it, but you know that was the first chocolate.
Edomite. God.
It came. His spirit. Though,
God.
You know? This is I got one more before that.
Yeah.
This Psalms 37 and 32. The wicked watcheth the righteous and seeketh to slay him.
Hey, the wicked watcheth the righteous. It's like righteous. Lurking. All right, peeping out the window.
Those hidden places.
Right.
Right.
Hey, they're in their what are they called? Their states, their compounds. All right. Hey, they're in their high rises. All right, and their places in their luxury homes. All right, putting forth and giving forth orders to their minions. Hey, watch these people over here. Watch this camp over here. All right, see what they're talking about and see what they're doing. All right, there's too much going on. They're bringing out the word too much. All right. How do they know this? All right. How did this stuff come to be? All right. Why are they waking up? Okay. How come they're not satisfied in their lowest state? All right. We give them Jordans, you know, for $300. All right. Here it is. We give their women rent, you know, welfare, in the whole 9 yards, and all he's got to do is just go to jail. All right? He's just got to go to jail and pay child support. All right? Everything should be fine. You people should be thriving. All right? I'm killing you in the street, but hey, it'll be all right. All right? You're nothing but property anyway, a cattle. All right? Livestock. All right?
The so-called black woman is you know, his grand prize, you know, because she pushed wickedness and she's the best advocate for it.
God.
As Apostle Rakal say that, you know, Eve and Esau is a power couple.
God.
Or that's a power couple of destruction.
Hey, you see it day in and day out.
They think they proud just like Esau. All right.
Hey, day in and day out.
You know, they got more standards than every other woman.
And the lowest.
Was that one chick on her stupid ass talking about trying to get dude to pay for all of her fucking
Oh,
friends.
the 18, pay for 18 of her friends. Yeah.
18 of your friends.
Hey, that's why he didn't even pay for your ass.
Try to lowball him. Oh,
You broke. You damn right I'm broke. Yep, I'm broke enough not to pay for you. I got mine.
This is Psalm 17:13. Arise, O Lord, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked. Deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword. And that's who's putting affliction on us. The wicked's putting affliction on Jake. As King David said,
God.
all right, he was being afflicted by these Edomites.
God.
All right. Now,
Micah?
yeah.
This Micah 2 starting at 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds.
All right. Woe to them that devise iniquities. Woe to them that have a deceitful plan. All right. To make Israel go off. All right.
And that's not just you know, that's mainly talking about Esau, but all these other nations, you know, here on the sign, you know,
who are Confederate.
They were Confederate with them. Psalms 83.
God.
When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand.
Hey, when the morning is light, so day in and day out. All right. Hey, they have these unrighteous decrees set up for you to stumble.
Hey, you know, in Isaiah, I believe 10:1 says that they prescribed laws. You know, these laws and these events that are happening. Hey, people knew about this pestilence a year before it came over here.
Right. Hey, it was already in the books.
This is a part of that great reset they call it.
Hey,
the NWO. Okay.
They got cartoons that are 70 years old. All right, that speaks of this stuff.
Hey, the Simpsons.
Yeah, the Simpsons. Man, who can forget about the Simpsons? All right.
The Simpsons. South Park.
Hey,
you know,
wrestling, the NWO. That's what the first time y'all Jakes knew about the New World Order. Is when Hulk Hogan and Macho Man Randy Savage was bringing it out. All right. Yeah. Hey, it was giving you a foreshadow for what's to happen, and then you got the movie They Live. All right. Hey, so you need to wake up. Hey, these movies. This has been happening ever since Fume. All right, ever since the radio. All right. This word of this devil's plan has been prescribed, as the brother had said. All right, it's always been there for you to look upon because it's one of their tools that they have to hide it in plain sight. All right, to make a mockery of you, but first and foremost to make a mockery of Yahweh Shai and His word. All right, God.
the doctrine of these devils. You know, but who they take that from? They took that from Yahweh himself.
God.
Because what does the scripture say? That everybody shall know, you know, what is going to happen before. That's why we out here prophesying.
Hey, that's why. Hey, what is a prophecy? To tell before. All right. He had the prophets on the scene. From when? Since the beginning. All right. Since the beginning, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai has had prophets on the scene. All right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're down to like 4 or something like that.
2. And the covenant fields, and took them by violence, and houses, and took them away.
Hey, these MFs have,
SOBs.
they have took fields by violence. The land of America. All right. Hey, where else? Africa. Where haven't they touched? All right. Where hasn't the so-called white man gone and colonized? The colonizer. All right. He's colonized every damn thing.
I'll get that in Isaiah the 14th chapter.
God, call them lands after their name.
Right.
You know,
So they oppressed a man in his house.
they oppressed a man in his house. All right. You oppressed a man in his own house. This was his land. All right. This land is your land. This land is my land. No, it was their land. You a lie. You a lie. It was never your land. All right. You take everybody's land. Your land is in the Caucasus Mountains. All right. And you cannot stay there.
Your land is not here.
Right.
All right. And that ain't even your land no more.
Right. I'm just holding my tongue. Huh. Go ahead.
You can continue.
Okay.
Even a man in his heritage.
Hey, you've taken the heritage away. You don't even have your own heritage. You want to be everybody else. You never want to be yourself. All right. The only time you want to live up to yourself when it's time to start rape, robbery, and murder. All right. You don't want to claim who you are, but you want to show who you are.
The riches of it. You want to show the glory of this this kingdom that you built, but not show all the bullshit you had to do to get it.
Right. Hey, you don't want to live up to your name. All right. Hey, there's power in a name. Hey, like the never-ending story. Say my name, Sebastian. Go ahead and say your name. Go ahead and proclaim who you are. All right. Show your teeth. Show your horns. All right. Abaratazar.
And now the devil's doing that. Now that they're in such a that they can see the times that are ahead of them. They're gonna do it a lot more. Just hey, Revelation 12:12. They just gonna put everything out there because they know that it's coming to an end.
Right. So they got to put everything on the table, but this devil's still not gonna claim who they are. All right.
The Psalm 49:11. Their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations.
So they think this land of America, all right, and their embassies are gonna last forever. Right. All right. They think that like MC Hammer can't touch this. All right.
These world powers see America as a joke.
Right.
America's been a mockery since this sleepy creepy Brandon been taken over. And it says they call their lands after their own name.
They call the lands after their own name. Hey, America. All right, goes back to America. Vespucci, African, Africanus.
Damn, I just remembered this. I try to remember their names and I can't.
America Vespucci. I can never remember Africanus.
That's not a video. I just saw the picture.
Wait.
It's something,
Hey,
that's
look it up.
neither the point.
All right. But hey, after his name, hey, you look on the street, you got street corners. All right. You got a Dean Martin Drive here. You got a Tupac Lane. You got You got an Elvis Street,
Martin Luther King.
right? Martin Luther King. All right. Hey, you got similitudes throughout the whole states. All right. Here it is. These devils have continued to put their name on everything. Okay. Hey, they fashion everything after their house.
Hey, I'm gonna just read this. Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? If you can't see it, it is right in front of your face.
Right.
Who's naming all these lands? All right.
Hey, it wasn't Jake. All right, it wasn't Jake. Jake was in captivity. All right, Jake came over on a boat as cargo. All right, so here it is. You can't say that we're guilty of that. Right. Hey.
You have Rick James. He has a country, Rick James.
Rick James state freaking hey. California would be Shakur.
The top producer of cocaine.
Rick Ross Lane. Hey. But
you got more.
Okay. We had 3. Therefore, this said Yahweh, behold, against the family do I devise an evil, from which ye shall not remove your necks, neither shall ye go haughtily for this. Yeah. Haughtily, for this time is evil.
This time is evil. All right. And hey, you shouldn't escape. All right. Yahweh Shem Yahushua is going to make sure that you don't escape this time. All right. It's gonna be a recompense given unto you. All right. A righteous reward. All right. A righteous judgment and a reward given unto you. All right. Because it's going to be a reward for you. All right. Because here it is. You're going to wish to die. Okay. And you're not going to be able to. But when Yahweh Shai comes back, those of you that are able to escape that hell and just for a moment be in the spiritual realm to get a little rest, all right, it's going to be a blessing for you. All right. But then you're going to come your ass on back. All right. And then you're going right into captivity. All right. But hey, you elites. All right. You Rothschilds, you Gettys, you DuPonts, you Oppenheimers, you know, Rothsburgers. Hey, all y'all, come on. We got something for you. Through the will and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. We got those feathers of chains. All right. As you have put Jake in captivity and kept him enslaved, so hey, those who lead into captivity shall go into captivity. This is the patience and the faith of the saints. All right. And Abaratazar, we are those men to see you on the first go around. All right. That you are all tied up. All right. I'm sorry. I said tied up. Shackled up.
Proverbs 29:2. And I'm going to get this back. You got something else?
No, go ahead.
No, this is a.
We're going to get to what I want to understand. Okay. Yeah, no. That's why we're going in the right direction.
Second Esdras 15 and verse 5, it says, behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. For wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled.
Hey, sword, famine, death, and destruction is given unto you. All right, Yahweh Shem Yahushua is given sword, famine, death, and destruction unto the whole world. All right, he's going to start in his house first. Okay, you Jakes, you 2/3 are going to see sword, famine, death, and destruction. And the rest of the world is going to see sword, famine, death, and destruction. All right, nobody is exempt from the wrath of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, but the elect. All right, but that 1/3 of the nation of Israel. All right, who shall be found blameless, who shall get that letter of exemption. All right, if you will. Yeah, more.
Oh, no, no, no.
Yeah, you can go down like.
It's Micah 2, starting at 4. And in that day, one that took up a pebble against you and lament with a doubtful lamentation and say, we be utterly spilled, he hath changed the portion of my people. How hath he removed it from me? Turning away, he hath divided our fields.
How about Shimei Shai has divided our fields? All right. Hey. As we see that Jake didn't come back.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Hey, God. Hey, what did you say before you left?
I'm interested. I'll be back.
No, it is me. We all have the same blood. Right. Hey, that's a portion of dividing the field. All right. Hey, what does Lil Wayne say? We are not the same. I am a Martian. All right.
This is a real royalty, you know. That blood, you know, flows through the nation of Israel.
Right. There's look, there is no similitude of the nation of Israel unto any other nation. All right. It is a similitude to Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, and on the bare minimum scale. All right, we are not the most high. All right, and especially in these fucked up apartments. Okay.
Yeah, he said, you know, in the beginning of that verse said he'll take a proverb against you.
God.
All right, what's that proverb? You know.
Continue. No, go ahead.
No, I'm saying that proverb is, you know, calling you out your name.
Yep.
Right.
You want to be a Negro, and Jake didn't even know what he was. All right, he couldn't. He said, "I'm me." Well, me is not a so-called nationality. All right, so what do you got on your driver's license?
Everybody gets so offended when they hear, "Oh, you're asking me my race."
Right. Hey, and this is the same 2/3 nigga who will go out and be like, Black Lives Matter.
But you know what? The beautiful thing about him is you seen what he showed by him coming up was the power of this stick. You know, that's the power of this stick. The 12 tribes card. It catches people's attention. You know, the garments and you know the prophets do that as well. But it's all about that stick that was you know, commanded from the Lord to have out here.
So that's exactly why he said, well, what is this? All right. He didn't say necessarily, who are you? He said, what is this? Just like the brother said, it's that stick. All right. He didn't even know who he was, once again, because in truth and honesty, he didn't know who he was. All right. He couldn't even say that he was so-called black. He couldn't say that he was a so-called Negro. All right. All he could say is, I'm me. All right. Well, me is going to get led to destruction. All right. You have.
Yeah. I'm gonna grab this real quick. Because we're going to actually, I don't got to get. Go ahead.
It's Proverbs 29 and 2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice.
And when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. All right. So when the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans and the speckled birds whose father's line goes back to a so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American come back into their right mind, the 1/3 of the nation of Israel comes back into their right mind and sees salvation by Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. All right. When the 1/3 comes back and Yahweh Shai comes back for his people, his nation, when the 1/3 comes back, all right, into remembrance of who they are and whose they are, the righteous. All right, the people will rejoice. All right, the people will rejoice.
But when the wicked bear ruleth,
but as long as these damn devils bear rule, all right, as long as you fucking people, all right, bear rule of the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American and the speckled bird thereof, whose father's line goes back, all right? Who's as long, all right? The people will fucking mourn. All right, because you guys do not, you do not rule righteously.
Hey, that's why, everybody's so damn depressed. All right, that's why all these draconian measures are getting poured out. It's nice. The fire. It's the fire. It's the fire. Hey, that's what all that's going on in the world right now. How it's so messed up is because of these damn devils. All right, plain and simple. All right, and it's not gonna get better. All right, until they out of commission, until they fully get put out of their rulership. And what does it say in Revelations? Or no, it's like Luke. That Yahweh prophesied on. I beheld Satan falling as lightning. They're gonna have a quick road to destruction. All right, and the Lord's gonna speed up that time for the elect's sake.
All right, hey, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, he does not care about this system. All right, this system is full of abominations and wickedness. All right, this place has to go down. It has to go down. Babylon, Egypt can no longer survive. All right, but Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is breaking this thing down systematically. All right, everybody is getting a dose of what they have did to the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right, and the speckled bird whose father's line goes back. All right, you other nations, Russia is not going to be in power. China is not going to be in power. The EU is not going to be in power. All right, there is no you got next after America falls. Right. All right.
I got it right here.
The Psalms 2:1. Why do the heathen rage? And the people imagine a vain thing.
Why do the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing? Why do you think that your country is going to come up into power? All right. Why do you think you other nations have a playbook? All right. There is no playbook for you.
At the end of the day, Britain, they're gonna play a major part in this devil going down. God. America, this beast system going down, but they ain't gonna take over.
God.
All right, BRICS ain't gonna outlast. All right, ain't gonna outlast this third woe. All right, hey, and that word rage, goes in the Hebrew, it means to conspire.
Yep.
Right. So it's all a plot to take leadership. All right, these world powers, which are all button heads right now, mainly against America.
Hey, but one thing, they were supposed to be Confederate. All right, they followed after their father, the devil. All right, they were on one accord. All these nations were on one accord with America at one point in time. Why? Because America had the military might and bringing them money. All right, until America started pushing and forcing their indoctrination on them. All right, until their daughters start going off and being whores. All right.
What elder or what country? The elder that was talking about what country? I think it was Afghanistan. Yeah.
Yeah.
They said America, being over there and pushing that Western philosophy, it was worse than slavery.
Right. Hey, because at least in slavery they had their women in order. All right. They got their women and children out of order. They got GMO over there. All right. They got all these new wines and new philosophies. All right. Here it is. They've been living this way for thousands of years, and everything's been rolling along for them just fine. A-okay. All right. Then they let the colonizer come in and colonize them to an extent. All right. And they did. In truth and honesty, they didn't even fully get the job done.
Right.
All right. They actually got pushed out. But they still complaining because how fucked up they are right now.
I'm gonna continue.
Send our women to school.
Right now they can't. A woman can't be out by herself.
Right. She can't be out by herself. She can't drive a car. She's got to have her head and face covered. All right.
When before, there was, taking on the
Western
the
philosophy.
Western philosophy, but that feminist movement.
God, hey, just like that woman in Afghanistan that was up on that pole a couple years ago twerking, and they put her ass to death. All right, she took it too far, twerking in a hijab. Like, what's her name? But she was the poor. I don't know her name. I don't know her name.
This is
Call
Psalms 2 and 2.
something.
The kings of the earth set themselves, and the rulers take counsel together against the Lord and against his anointed, saying, let us break their bands asunder and cast away their cords from us.
God said, let us break their bands asunder and cast their cords from us. All right, we don't want nothing to do with them. Let's cut them off. All right, we're going to try to cut them off from their power, which they did. All right.
They did a great job in doing so. And how they did it was through, causing us to err.
God. And matter of fact, just as Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is taking them down systematically, as these devils did to the nation of Israel. Yeah. All right, systematically they took us down. They couldn't do it at once. All right, but ultimately it was through the will and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua for our disobedience.
A lot of that confusion that was put through Babylon with the philosophy.
God.
All right, so that strange woman.
The slave Bible. Yeah. All right. Hey, Christianity. Everything that was pushed, not only everything that was pushed before the slave ships. All right, and then getting on the slave ships and then stripping your families away. All right, after you strip the man out of the family, and hey, you're buck breaking. You're right. You're losing. Your woman lose the respect, and you lose your masculinity. All right. Yeah, and they're looking at right.
From master.
Right, and they go in the master's house, and the master's like, if he was any kind of man, he'd be up here trying to chop my head off. All right, not knowing that master's got you down there at gunpoint, and hey, some Jakes did die. All right, trying to get up there, but ultimately,
they had nowhere to go.
Right,
hey, and all those false doctrines, every one, damn near every one of them. From Rastafari, the Muslims, the
Buddhism.
Yeah,
hey.
All that goes back to Catholicism.
Hey, wherever Jake was spread is what philosophy he fell on. All right? Wherever Jake is spread or whatever sounded good to his ear, where Jake didn't have to change his life is what Jake went into. All right? Yeah.
That they love to hear.
Right.
They want that prosperity. That's where a lot of people, of our nation get messed up at, is that they feel, if they're
there's the cicadas.
Right, they came back.
All right.
They feel that, if they have this, that, and the third, then they made it. But you don't have nothing, in comparison to what the Lord has prepared for you. What do you say about John the Baptist? Even he's the least in the kingdom.
God.
All right, and he was a great man on this side.
Right. Hey.
Well revered of his only begotten son.
Right.
Hey,
there's they have no what's the word I'm looking for? Slocket. They have no just slipped my mind like that. Slocket.
They'll come back if it's supposed to. All right. You want to jump into Ezekiel?
We'll jump into Ezekiel. Matter of fact, go to Ezekiel 12 and start at 21.
This is Ezekiel 12 and verse 21. It says, and the Lord and the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, what is that proverb that ye have in the land of Israel, saying, the days are prolonged, and every vision faileth?
God. Hey, what is that proverb that say, hey, that's no different than Jake sitting on the corner and saying, Jesus is coming. All right? Jesus is coming. The world is ending. All right? Go ahead.
Tell them, therefore, thus saith the Lord power. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, I will make this proverb to cease, and they shall no more use it as a proverb in Israel, but say unto them, the days are at hand, and the effect of every vision.
God, because you don't believe, hey, here it is. You Jakes don't believe that, hey, this system is falling. All right, this kingdom is going down. All right, here it is that the American economy is dwindling away. All right, you have the economies overseas. China's economy is dwindling away. All right.
And they're supposed to be the next world power.
Right. They're supposed to be the next world power. Goes to show you that Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is not playing. All right. He's taking the whole system across the board down systematically. All right. To make sure, hey, he's going to bankrupt you like he bankrupt Rome. All right.
Like he said, he going the Most High dwells in the kingdom of man.
God. Hey, such as Egypt. Egypt was bankrupt. All right. Everything is happened systematically, and this is the proverb that Jake says. You know, it ain't gonna happen in my lifetime. All right, the world's gonna end, but not in my lifetime. I think we got a good 100, 150 years left.
Even these,
all right.
They're saying they're talking about 2024 being a bad year, 2032. That's when things, 2032 is gonna be terrible.
All right.
All right. Hey,
we don't
see 2032.
All right. Hey, we won't see 2032. We'll be in year 1 or 7.
I'm surprised. Hey, Lord willing, we don't see 2024.
All right. Hey, we in that day we won't even count time.
When Apostle Tahar bring on one of the last videos, that forgot his name, Martin somebody, it was in Tahar's last video that damn, they turned up. But that this financial guy, he said 2023 is gonna be a year of hell.
Right.
All right.
Hey, I had a Jake tell me. I had a Jake tell another writer, Salakia, that 2023. I guess he was like he's some like military guy or whatever. But 2023, by this time next year, you won't recognize the whole system. You will not recognize this whole system.
Hey, everything, everything started acting a little funny since that CERN got opened back up.
Hey, he said something else, but I can't say what he said.
You didn't tell us after that. Or try to formulate.
I can't even. It's just one of those things you just gotta say directly.
Straight to it. That's gonna be a YouTube.
All right.
YouTube guideline.
Go ahead on that. This is
put that up on Odyssey.
God.
Or Rumble, one of them. Was on 24. Says for there shall be no more vain. Ezekiel 12 and 24. For there shall be no more any vain vision or flattering divination within the house of Israel.
God, there should be no more vain vision. There should be no more there should be no more. Hey, we're gonna make it through this. Everything gonna be okay. All right. Hey, praise Jesus. Just believe on him and he's gonna make us through. He's gonna give us the abundance. All right, no more Creflo Dollar philosophy. All right. Hey, your prosperity doctrine in that day is gonna be dead. All right, as it should be dead now. All right, because you're not prospering, Jake. All right, it don't even matter how much money you got right now. All right, if you gain more money, all right, and here it is that inflation is happening, you're paying more money for your goods. So what did you really gain, Jake? All right, what did you really gain, Jake? How much more money you got? If shit is going up and you paying more money, do you have any more money? No.
I got to fix that. As the scripture say, it's better to be in the house of mourning than in the house of mirth. All right. We we're instructed to put on be clothed in sackcloth, because sackcloth goes into the mourning.
God.
All right. We're not in a time to be in a happy-go-lucky spirit. All right, serious times are, as it says in Timothy 3 and 1, 2 Timothy 3 and 1. Perilous times are here.
God.
Times of trouble.
Hey, and you see trouble each and every day.
Right?
All right.
You still got that blind, those blinded, in the spirit of slumber. All right, that just don't see it.
All right.
It's right in front of your face.
But people are led, the flock led to slaughter.
Huh.
Sheep.
I have this real quick. This is Proverbs 29 and 18, where there is no vision, the people perish. But he that keepeth the law, happy is he.
All right. Where the people have no vision, the people perish. All right. There is no vision that you see of getting out of Yahweh, while Yahweh Shai delivering us from this hell. All right. So you're gonna perish. All right.
Right,
It failed.
Right, it says
Just read it from the top.
in verse 24 it says, "For there shall be no more any vain vision, nor flattering divination within the house of Israel."
No more vain vision or flattering divination.
So all those pork chop pastors, Geno Jennings,
Creflo
Mark
Dollar,
the Messenger, all of them,
TD
false
Fakes.
prophets.
Didn't he die?
They
TD Fakes.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't think I heard.
I think he died.
No, he got a. I don't know if it's true. Then hey, so Lord, how about Shimei shot? But they ain't gonna be preaching prosperity in times of Jacob's trouble. That's when I want to see one of them on the street and be like, so what you believe in now? Hey, they might be more destroyed than Jack that's not involved in anything, who's an atheist.
Right. And they're gonna be more destroyed because they're the false prophets. All right, preaching that prosperity, that everything's gonna be okay. Just call on Yebus. All right, he will lead you into the way. All right, he wants you to give me a G5. All right, he wants you to provide me with my family with a bigger house. We need a bigger congregation, bigger church. All right, hey, you Jakes out there and you false pastors and false prophets. All right, hey, you're gonna get destroyed by the will and power of Yahweh by Shimei Shai if you don't repent.
That's what we was talking about earlier, with the preachers. They already seeing that judgment come up on them.
God.
And a lot of women preachers being killed.
Right, that woman preacher got gunned down.
Yep.
All right, and her man got gunned down too, right?
Yep. I think there's two different ones.
There's two different ones.
Yeah.
The male he got gunned down too.
Okay.
So the male that got down and the woman got gunned down. Prior to another woman who was helping counselor or pastor getting counsel the man, and the man she was counseling, he ended up killing her.
You know that these women pastors are all wicked.
Right.
Talking about they got
they witches.
the magic vagina
Right.
that make you sterile again.
Right.
You a harlot. That's what you are.
Right. But no, we ain't even going.
You're a harlot and a sorcerer. Let me read down one more. This is Ezekiel 12 and 25. "For I am the Lord, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. I will speak the word that I shall speak. I will speak, and the word that I shall speak shall come to pass."
God. Yahweh Shimei Shai said his word will come to pass. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it surely shall tarry. All right. His words will come true. What are his words? The prophecies. All right. The prophecies of America being destroyed by thermonuclear fire. The prophecy of the chariots of the 1/3 of the nation of Israel, Yasharallah, being delivered. All right. From this hellhole. All right. That Jacob's trouble has to go forth before the kingdom comes. All right. We know that we are likened unto the kingdom. All right. That Yahweh Shai and said the kingdom starts in you. All right. But that's rehearsing the righteous acts. All right. Believing on the testimony of Yahweh Shai. All right. This is the beginning of the kingdom. All right. Abaratazah, we be those men. But wait for it. It shall not tarry. All right. Just like he said his prophets would be out on the highways and byways. All right. That he will return to us a pure language. All right. The language that he has returned to us is this doctrine. All right, wine and bread undefiled. All right, this is the meat and the water and the wine that is undefiled. All right, we partake of Yahweh Shem Yahushai's supper. All right,
It shall be no more prolonged, for in your days, O rebellious house, will I say the word, and I will perform it, saith the Lord Yahweh. Again, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, behold, they of the house of Israel say, the vision that he seeth is for many days to come, and he prophesieth the times that are far off. Therefore say unto them, Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, there shall none of my words be prolonged anymore, but the word which I have spoken shall be done, saith the Lord Yahweh.
Hey, 2,000 years ago, Yahushua and the prophet said it was the last days. All right, the last days. All right, we're in the last moments of the last days. All right, the last moments of the last days. No man knoweth the hour, the day, or the time when Yahweh sends his only begotten son back, but he gave us signs to watch for. All right, and all those signs that he gave are speaking loud and clear. Okay, waking back up to the truth through Abba Bivens. All right, who are apostles. All right, gotten and received the message through. Okay, that the doctrine may be furthered, that the stick can come out. All right, so the nation can remember who they are and whose they are first and foremost. Okay, proclaiming the testimony of Yahweh Yahushai. All right, that this land is falling, that the world as you know it is going to cease to exist. All right, here very shortly. All right, that your time and your vain lust is coming to an end. All right, the time of your women and our women gathering abroad. All right, woman self-authority over a man. Okay, and chiefly in the nation of Israel. All right, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and you speckled birds whose father's line goes back. All right, you belong to the Most High, no other nation. Doesn't matter if you're Chinese, African, Ethiopian. All right, if your line doesn't go back to the nation of Israel, you are not God's chosen people.
This is Isaiah 55:11. So shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereto I sent it.
God, because Yahweh said, his word will not return unto him void. It's going to go to exactly where he sent it, and it's going to come back fulfilled. All right? Hey, he's going to get that messenger that said, it is done. It is done. Don't come back until it's done. All right? When he sends that word out, don't come back until it's done. All right? Judgment is going forth, whether you care to hear or forbear. All right? Yahushua is not playing with you people. You got more? No, come on. Jump over to 16.
This is Ezekiel 16.
Don't make no sense.
Where you want me to start?
16 and I think is 35.
35, yep. 16 and Ezekiel 16:35. Wherefore, O harlot, hear the word of the Lord. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, because thy filthiness was poured out, and thy nakedness discovered through thy whoredoms with thy lovers, and with all the idols of thy abominations, and by the blood of thy children, which thou didst give unto them.
God, this is for you, nation of Israel. All right, you harlots. All right, hey, here it is. You have followed after all these lusts and these vain things. All right, hey, these are your lovers. All right, of the other nations leading you astray.
Right. Going into any other,
So-called
religion or doctrine that other than what is yours.
God, hey, you have a direction guide, your basic instructions for leaving Earth. All right, for you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and you speckled birds whose father's line goes back. All right, you have basic instructions before leaving Earth. Matter of fact, why does it give that acronym, before leaving Earth? All right, how you gonna leave Earth? All right, if you are leaving somewhere, typically that means you're alive. All right, if I'm dead, I'm dead. They don't say, oh, he's dead and he left. No, he's leaving. He's going home. All right. Hey, that's why they call the funeral going home. All right, because you know that energy doesn't die. All right.
Now, so behold, therefore I will give verse 37, behold, therefore I will gather all thy lovers with whom thou hast taken pleasure, and all them that hast loved with all them that thou hast hated. I will even gather them round about thee against thee, and will discover thy nakedness unto them, that they may see all thy nakedness.
Con, for all your for the ones that you love and the ones that you hated. Yahweh Shai is gonna gather them all around so they may see your nakedness. All right, see your shame. All right, and the shame that you're seeing is the shame right now. All right, are women being messed off? All right, and being harlots. Okay, doing our sons a part of the alphabets. All right, our daughters. All right, hey, our people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. All right, because if my people would just read. All right, Jake don't want to read anything about Yahweh Shai. He want to read how to get the bag. All right, hey, you want to read a self-millionaire book and he gonna give you the secrets to make you a millionaire while he's becoming the millionaire because you bought the book. All right, and not giving you anything that you already don't know. All right.
What is
that goes back to the movie, that movie, The Secret. All right, manifestation. You speak into existence.
But even the President Teddy Roosevelt, he said one of his famous quotes is that a thorough knowledge of the scriptures of the Bible is worth more than a college education.
God, and this is that's the spirit that he said that. All right, because if you look at it, knowing the scriptures thoroughly, it gives you all your accounts. It gives how you're supposed to deal in business. It gives how you're supposed to live a healthier lifestyle. It gives what you should eat, wear, how you should think, how you should speak, how you should conduct yourself as a man or woman, in business, out of business, how you should run your household. All right? Having a well knowledge of the scriptures, knowing that the Israelites are the only ones who can truly discern the scriptures. All right. So if you have only one people that can truly discern the scriptures, that means that's the people that are supposed to lead. All right. Supposed to lead. Hey, when the righteous are in rule, the people rejoice. But when the wicked are in rule, the people mourn. I don't see anybody walking around extra happy in here. All right. Everybody is worried about where they're getting their next meal, what's happening, what's going on, what's it going to be. Oh.
What is it? I thought it was in Tower Reach. Because I was saying but Tower Reach, yes, in Revelation, Tower Reach. It's not to the year.
I keep on spitting.
It's like,
Go ahead.
2 and 9. I think so. I know that.
I know that.
I know that.
He's got it right there. He was looking right at it.
I was looking right at it.
Yeah, go ahead, pull it out.
Revelations 2 and 9. I know thy works and tribulations and poverty, but thou art rich. And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan.
Right. So, Slucky, thou art rich. Who's rich? All right. The 1/3 of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right. You are rich. All right. Hey, the 2/3 are rich at a later time. All right. But on this side, hey, those that are say they're Jews and are not. All right. That's talking chiefly to the house of Israel. All right. Hey, to the ones that are pretending, the false prophets. All right, whose father's line goes back to a so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American, and the speckled bird thereof. Okay? It is you, but also the small hatters.
Right.
Okay? But it's chiefly talking to you.
Those are real
God.
synagogue Satan. We rich in this word, you know. Hey, Matthew 13 says, "Blessed those that have the eyes to see and the ears to hear."
All right.
You know.
Hey.
So that's the richness. You know, that's the real riches on this side, because you know the knowledge and wisdom shall be the stability of thy times. You know, and the fear of the Lord is his treasure.
Yep.
You know?
Hey, and keeping the words of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, hey, you shall be able to return unto eternal life. All right. Hey.
Because the laws and commandments is what sort and the necessary steps to get to immortality.
God. Hey, if
that's the true wisdom.
Yeah, and immortality. How much is it? This is what these devils are trying to get this best blessing back for.
All
right.
You know, you gotta always the balance being of health and wealth.
Right.
All right. You know, you could work yourself to death. You know, but you got a lot of money, but your health bad because you've been sitting in a chair all day, hunched over. Right. Hey, you can have the greatest health, but you got to cut out some of that work time to get there.
God. Hey, here it is. These devils. This is what these devils trying to do: live longer. Yeah. All right, and keep their money for generations. All right. So, how much more is it to tell you that Yahweh Shem Yahushai is giving wealth and health, hey, to his people? All right, but chiefly, first and foremost, to the 1/3 of the nation of Israel. All right, health and wealth. All right.
All right. Ezekiel.
Yeah.
Ezekiel 16 and 38. And I will also and I will judge thee as women and break wedlock and shed blood or judged, and I will give thee blood and fury and jealousy.
God. Hey, how about Shem Yahushai said he will give you blood fiercely. Blood, all right. Did you say blood and fury and jealousy? All right. Hey, as an adulterous woman.
What did it say? It's that righteous indignation.
God. All right. Because hey, what we have done as a nation, all right, to his name. All right, to his name. You can drop down to 48.
Ezekiel 16:48. As I live, saith the Lord Yahweh, Sodom thy sister hath not done, she nor her daughters, as thou hast done, thou and thy daughters.
God, because what is this place likened unto? All right, Sodom and Gomorrah. All right, and her sisters. Would she not be a sister of Sodom? All right, and the whoredoms that happen here, especially where we live, continuously. All right, this is Sin City. All right, this is modern day, chiefly of Babylon, Sodom and Gomorrah. All right, the whole nation of the United States is Babylon.
This might be one of the first.
Right. Ain't nothing but sin that dwells here. It's in the very name, Sin City. All right, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. All right, people come out here and live out their wildest lusts, their abominable lust. Okay, to call themselves something other than they really are. All right, thinking themselves to be hot. All right, you can go around the world in one night here. All right, and you can be all kinds of degenerate you want to be in every so-called country you want to go with.
And go back home. I never tell a soul.
Right.
But you know that Yahweh Shem Yahushai has seen it.
Right.
You know? The sins have reached heaven.
God.
All right. Verse 49, behold, this was the iniquity of the sister of thy sister Sodom. Pride, fullness of bread, and abundance of idleness was in her and her daughters. Neither did she strengthen the hand of the poor and the needy.
Hey, pridefulness of bread. What is bread? All right. Hey, that's when you was throwing. Hey, look, chiefly the strip. Look at the strip. Gluttony.
On the strip, you got
all these
buffets.
buffet. Oh, well, there's no buffets no more.
but you know, all those casinos got a buffet, you know, or had a buffet in every last casino down there.
Right.
You would just, you know, when you was in the world, you might come down here and you just for the day eat at a buffet,
Right.
and then just, you know, go out and do
Hey,
whatever.
waste food. Take a little waste food here. Waste food here. And, hey, now here we got a famine coming. They gonna fall. Hey, hey, how much more? There's a famine coming, all right? Famine is knocking on the door, and you're already starting to see your shelves dwindle away, as they have been, all right? So as this thing is continuing on, all right, you're going to see more of less abundance, all right? You're going to see less and less. All right, here it is. You don't even there's a tampon shortage, there's a wheat shortage, all right, all your goods and everything. All right, baby food and everything. Hey, the abundance of shortages is coming. All right, it's not just gonna be your chicken. It's not gonna be just your milk and eggs. Oh, I'm sorry. Chicken wings. There's a whole bunch of breasts.
A bunch of other parts of the chicken, no chicken. It's together. Verse 50, it says, and they were haughty and committed abomination before me. Therefore I took them away as I saw good.
God, they were high-minded. All right. Hey, and Yahweh Shai took them away. All right, as he saw good. All right, because he knows this place is nothing fit but for destruction.
All right.
Okay, this place is not really meant to exist. All right, it is contrary to Yahweh Shai. All right, Yahweh Shai is about order. All right, and he's not about your live as thy will. All right, your free will is bullshit. All right, you have the freedom to do as you're told. That's your freedom. Do as you're told, and if you don't, your consequence.
That's a delusion of this world, thinking that they have that freedom.
God,
because they don't have freedom. They have what is it called? I think it starts with an E. No, you don't have freedom. You got liberty here.
God.
All right, because what America has put you in a box, you know, that you got to play in.
Right. Hey, give us liberty or give us death.
Right. You have certain choices that you can make, you know, to what they allow you to make.
Right, because hey, here it is. If you don't want to get your kids the Icky Vicky, they can't go to their schools. All right. If you don't want to do certain things for your jobs, hey, you can't go to work.
And that's the choice. You have the choice not to take it, but it's going to be a lot harder for you.
Right.
All right. Especially when that M to the O to the TB,
right,
you know, come out. You don't have the choice not to take it, but you're going to be demonized, you know, locked up. All right. That affliction is, and that wrath from the devil is going to really come into play.
Right. Hey, there ain't going to be nothing that you'll be able to do unless you bow down. All right. Into this system. All right. Into Esau Edom in his ways. All right. And his technology, his techocracy.
Is that all we had on that?
I think there's one more.
This is Ezekiel 16 and 51. It says, neither has Samaria committed half of thy sins, but thou hast multiplied thine abominations more than they, and has
no, go ahead.
And has justified thy sisters in all thine abominations which thou hast done. Right. Hey, the wicked condemneth the righteous,
God.
and you know, and say that this the wickedness is the right thing to do.
Right. And
Hey,
turn the things upside down.
they have put good for evil and evil for good.
Right. Hey,
All right.
here it is. As the brother had said earlier, the sins reach up to heaven. All right. The sins have reached up to heaven continuously with all the abominations and the atrocities that have been performed on this land. All right. Shedding of the blood of the saints. Okay. Hey, the false doctrine that is pushed throughout this hellhole. All right, pushed throughout the whole planet. All right. Yeah. You can keep going if you want. I know you said you had a treat too.
No, it says right here. It says, in verse 52, it says, "Thou also, which hast judged thy sisters, bear thine own shame for thy sins, that thou hast committed more abominable than they."
God, you have committed more atrocities than your sisters. America. All right. Your sins reach up unto heaven. All right. Hey, none of your sisters have ever did that. All right. Not Rome, not Babylon. All right. This is Rome 2.0. All right. Hey, you got that much better in wickedness. Okay. You got that much better in your deceit. Okay. You got better over time. All right. Like they say, this queendom is like it's a woman, right? So, hey, she got better with age. She got better in her atrocities. All right.
I want to hold that here. Continuing on, it says, "Yea, be thou confounded also, and bear thy shame, and that thou hast justified thy sister."
God, you have to bear your shame. All right. You have to bear your shame for the atrocities that you have committed unto Yahweh Yahawashi. All right. And the atrocities that were committed. Okay. More than thy sisters. Okay. Because once again, Babylon, Sodom and Gomorrah. All right. Hey, all the atrocities that have been committed throughout the ages, Egypt, unto Yahweh Bashim Yahweh's people. All right. You have done more. You have done more, and to his name.
What did it say? What did Yahweh say that day, for that day, and shall be much more tolerable
Than Sodom and Gomorrah.
No, and it will be much more tolerable in Sodom and Gomorrah in that day. It is going to be in America. Babylon the Great.
And the atrocities that continue to be done, not only the name, the image, all right, covering the faces of the judges thereof. All right, everything that you have continued to do through this system, all right, and through your prescribed laws. Yeah, we're gonna close that up. No, trust me, I'm seeing these demons. There's more keep on coming.
Yeah, so do that.
This is Amos 9 and 10.
That's why I keep on looking around.
All the sinners of my people shall die by the sword, which say the evil shall not overtake nor prevent us.
God, the evil shall not overtake or prevent us. All right? Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahawashi is keeping us in his stead. All right? Evil shall not overtake and prevent us because we have the word of Yahweh Yahawashi.
All them sinners, that was the point that I want to make.
Yeah, they about to get they get lifted over there. Yeah, the bikers. Yeah, the bike club.
Yeah.
All right.
But those all the sinners, of this nation, hey, they gonna get that sword. And there ain't gonna be 1, 2/3, all right, that don't die. All right.
Especially him.
Same motherfucker that started it.
All right.
Gonna end it too.
All right. Hey,
Lord willing, he get hit by a bus when around the corner, or fall off and get his head ran over.
Hey, let him suffer a little bit. Get his hands ran over, and get his ankles ran over, and then get his head ran over. Right? So he can't move and get up and run away. But with that,
Final destination.
with that, we're gonna give all honor and glory and praise unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, to all the Akim out there teaching and preaching this truth with 144% sincerity, to the men, women, and children listening to learning, and to the Bayashit Dabadat, the house of David. Till the next time we say Shalom, wa above above.